So I'm just trying out my new MacBook. I tried it out earlier and it was quite, it wasn't very great, to be honest. The camera was a bit gritty, it wasn't a clear, crisp picture, and the audio wasn't in sync. But I'm trying it now and actually it seems to be okay. So I'm not sure why that's different. I'm in a different room, maybe that's why. I'm more near the internet box, but it was really bad. I was quite disappointed with it, but it seems to be okay. Seems to be okay now. So maybe we'll give it a go. I was going to return it and think, oh, forget, I'll get a new one or try and get a better one, but it seems to be okay now. At least on my screen. Let me know if it's not okay on your screen, but it seems to be okay on this screen. So hopefully it's better in this room. So welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Thursday evening stream. Hopefully you can hear me. It's okay. It was quite bad earlier, and now it's like in sync and everything. That's funny. Yeah, so welcome to the stream. I do these streams Thursday evenings at 8:30 p.m. and Sunday mornings at 10:30 a.m. And you join me and watch me on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Rebecca Maroon, and you can ask questions while I'm live through Skype. So you can first of all friend me on Skype, and then you can ask questions either written or get me to call you or call in. We can talk and yeah, through Skype. Let's go online on Skype to show I am active. Stomach. So those who are watching this live or later on that might be new to my channel, I talk about non-duality, which is not two. That this isn't a separate, divided reality of two things: object, subject, object. But first of all, I'll sit for a little bit quietly, and then I'll introduce this subject, and then I'll open for questions. I have to wipe that. It's going to annoy me or distract me if I don't wipe it. Oh, what's that? So what you long for, is wholeness. 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 The mind projects all these things it thinks it wants, it needs. It projects all these problems that are in the way of getting what you want. But what's longed for is wholeness. And this is wholeness. This is wholeness. So what you long for then is this. This. Undivided. Not separated. Not excluding. The mind projects it needs to have a certain experience. It needs to have a certain person. It needs to have a certain amount of money. It needs to have this or that. It needs to work something out, to understand something. It needs to be happy. It needs to be free of anger or whatever it is, an emotion. All these things the mind can project. All these things to keep that timeline operating. The primary focus, the timeline, me and my life, my story, where I've come from, where I'm heading to. And actually what you long for is the end of that. What is longed for is the end of that. And the end of that is here. The end of that timeline is here. Always here. Always instant. Always the reality. Always the reality. Not in mind, in stories, but always the reality. That which is. That which is actually happening. This is wholeness. This is wholeness. The chair, the table, the computer, the light, the seeming space in the room, the sounds. The wall. Whatever's appearing. This is what you are. What's appearing. This is all there is. What's appearing? You were told you ended here. This human body, this form, is where you are. And it began to feel like that, as if you existed here. You were a limitation, you were a limited thing, you were just one thing. And you stop here. That everything else is happening independently and is separate. So you are here, the division is here, and then everything else. But that's not true. That's not the experience. That can be an idea, a thought, and then a feeling. But that's appearing in the same way the screen's appearing, the table, the light, the sounds, the feelings are appearing, the ideas are appearing. There isn't someone separate experiencing them. There isn't someone separate hearing them and seeing them and feeling them. There is just everything happening. There is just everything appearing. Somehow this dream began that was saying you aren't what's happening. That you are something individual, separate in time, moving through time. That you are a story moving through time. That you are a thought moving through time. That you are a feeling moving through time. And that began to be the experience. You began to feel like you were something separate. That you weren't the screen. That you weren't the computer. That you were just something here, just something in here, and you weren't everything else. That you were something small. But what if that wasn't true? What if you weren't something limited to any particular forms, or you weren't something limited to this body? What if there was just everything? And you couldn't find a place that you were, that you weren't located to any particular place, but there was just everything. That there was the room, the walls, the clock, the screen, the light, the lamp, the water, the table, the glass, the piano, the chair, the window, the curtains, the carpet, the papers, the mess, the toys, the picture on the wall, the sounds of the voice. What if there was just that? What if there was just what's happening? What if you couldn't find where a person stopped and started? You couldn't find a position or a place of someone. Would there be anything to look for? So, yeah, you're free to ask any questions that you might have. can't usually make Thursdays. But Rebecca, what a beautiful and clear introduction. Oh, thank you, Lee. Hi. I was thinking earlier about maybe not doing Thursdays anymore again. just doing Sunday mornings, but I'm not sure. I thought I'd wait and just see how I feel over the weeks, but yeah, I'm not sure whether to oops, didn't press that. But I've cancelled Thursdays before and ended up coming back. So I really enjoy sharing this message. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I always watch them afterwards, obviously. Obviously. Well, we have no questions this evening, so I'm not sure I have any more to express. Hi, Henry. Such a beautiful message. Perfect for Thursday evenings in the future as well. Yeah. I might keep doing it. I don't know. I always kind of say I'm going to stop doing it on Thursdays, and then here I am. Yeah. It seems like it seems like the only problem is something that thinks it can stand apart from everything else and observe it. Yeah, yeah. But it's not true. It's an illusion that you are limited. You are something separate. That you are something in particular. It's not true, but it gives the impression of that. But it's not true. The experience is everything. The experience is everything. But it's just this thing that happens of contraction, of you are this form, this human form. But you are looking through the eyes. When the experience is everything, his screen, his lamp, his wall, his chair, his feeling the feet on the floor, his breathing. Then the story plays of, oh, I am this person, I am that person, I've done this earlier, I'm doing this in an hour's time. There's nothing wrong with thoughts about planning and any thoughts. It's just they're not true. They are thoughts appearing. And that character isn't the experience of that character, isn't an appearance. Those thoughts and ideas are appearances. They aren't referring to a separate entity, a separate person. Oh, why are those thoughts more you than the TV screen or the lights or the table or the room? It becomes I am this human, I am a woman, I am short, I am rich, I am this. I'm not computer, I'm not table, I'm not a lamp. And obviously that's like a useful thing. It's like a useful thing. It seems to happen like as if it's being experienced through a body, as if this body is some kind of it's like a healthy thing that happens, that that life is appearing seemingly through a human, as if it's having a human experience. But it's not true. It's true, but it's not true. There's a human operating, a human that's involved in this. It needs to have a human or a vehicle or a seeming vehicle, a seeming perspective for that experiencing to happen, for the seeming life to be happening to a human. It plays like that. but it's not the truth. It's just the way it plays, as if there's a human having an experience. But that's that. Sorry, I just find it so funny. That's not the experience. So that human is an appearance, like everything else, an appearance. The reality is everything. This isn't something that's like abstract. It's really direct. The experience is everything. Just this storytelling of who you believe you are seems to be strong, seems to be the primary thing appearing, and it isn't. What's appearing is everything. Thank you, Lee. It's like thoughts become more important than anything else. We believe our thoughts, we believe the storytelling over the light bulb that I can see, this bright light bulb. So the thoughts about interpreting things, the memories, seem more important than what's happening, past and future, ideas. It's like a waking up to reality, to what actually is, rather than thoughts of what shouldn't have happened or what should happen in the future. Waking up to what is. Luckily, you can't see my jumper. This is my at-home relaxing trampy jumper. So there's lots of stuff on it, and there's rips and stuff. But just see my head and my shoulders. Your talk has transported me into a lovely taste of what this is about. Oh, one undivided whole. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, undivided. Undivided. There isn't a separate you, a separate me. It's like undivided. It's wholeness. It's everything. And this never leaves. This never abandons you and leaves. It's just this time this time dream keeps playing, and it has so much interest and so much energy in it. So much promise in it. And it takes you away from what's happening. And it's uncomfortable. The body's uncomfortable with what's happening. And it's got more and more uncomfortable with what's happening. And so living in that story of you, living in time, it's like a relief or a distraction. But this never leaves. And I'm really beginning to understand more about how the thoughts affect the body, and how the thoughts affect the feelings and emotions, and how they how they work together. They're not true. Thoughts aren't true, but they create a reality. They create a feeling, an emotion. So this is always available. Oops. try Mauricio, Brazil. So I thought I had a question coming in, but it's not been sent. So I've changed of mind. See if Henry stopped. He was typing something, but okay. So sending lots of love, and I'll see you on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Okay. So thank you. Bye.